Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm your host, DanielleStimpson, and I'm so glad to have you here with me this evening. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're here on the replay, and please know that you will enjoy just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join us live, go ahead and check out those days and times in the description below. I'm here 5 times a week, every week, to help send some healing to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. For those of you who are live, thank you for being here. Go ahead and click that live chat button and make any request to your personal healing that you feel comfortable sharing. It can be general or specific. You can request specific crystals or let me choose them for you, whatever feels best. We'll start by building a beautiful crystal grid to help support the healing of everyone who is here. And after that, we will transition into a healing where I turn down the lights, turn up the music, and send the healing to you. Just so you know, if you are watching this on the replay, you can hang out with us and learn all about the crystals, or you can skip right ahead to the healing and music. Go ahead and check for that timestamp below, or skip ahead until you see the lights begin to transition. Thank you everyone so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege. There's also information about my online Reiki classes, crystal shop, community Discord, and social media in the description below. So welcome in everyone. I see so many requests and names popping up, so let's jump right in. So I've got a little bit of a crystal grid already in progress. Some of you were here for the 4 o'clock stream and are coming back. Welcome back. I've started off with our usual copper, which helps to get the energy flowing, break up any blockages. I've got some citrine here to help with manifestation of finances and resources, which was a very common request. I also have right here some leopard skin jasper that helps with the healing of animals and also connection to our animal spirit guides. Our kitties here, I have 2 foster kittens here, and they got their big surgery. They got spayed earlier this week, so definitely want that leopard skin jasper here to help support them on their healing journey. They may photobomb me again as they did at the 4 o'clock stream, and if they do, I hope you enjoy. So let's see everyone who is here so I can say hello. Oh wow, a nice full house already. So good to see you all. Grace, as always. Grace, Cora Carr, thank you both so much for being here. Chris, welcome back. JS, hey, you're still awake. Awesome. Maria, welcome back. JS, yes, JS again. And Erica, Vincent, so good to see you all. So let's go ahead and dive into your request and start putting some crystals out. Support for Greg and Susan's success. Vincent, bone, knee, and joint health. Oh no, Vincent. Patty, the return of the cat, and the return of the zest for life. And prosperity for your mom. Also heart, kidney, and cardio health. Backache, heart healing, and peace in your heart. Flower, agate, and coral. Requested stones. Okay, let's start there. So, yes, flower, agate. Let's start with the request for Vincent's joints and bones and all of those things. I have some howlite. This is a really common stone that we use here quite a bit. Howlite helps anything involving the bones, the joints, as well as like teeth and hair. It's also incredible when it comes to anger, resentment, frustration. It helps us to move through those difficult emotions, being less triggered by them, but able to make some changes so that we can see what they're trying to tell us, what those difficult emotions are telling us, and make the changes we need to make. So we're going to go ahead and bring this in. Howlite helps also with the absorption of calcium and the healing of broken bones. It's one I work with a lot because I do have very brittle bones. So there we go. For flower blossom agate. This helps us blossom into the next version of ourselves. This particular specimen has a vug, which means that the crystal formed around something that has since broken down and biodegraded. And in that void, new crystals have started to form. So I feel like that's really a beautiful thing. Oh, hi, we have a kitten. Hi, yes, come on up. Yeah, show everybody your cone. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is Hattie. Her sister Gertie is around and they look almost identical. Yeah, you hang out here, give us some purrs, we'll give you some love and some healing. Cool, good stuff. And some coral. Coral, this is white coral that I was able to pick up sustainably from the beach. This is getting kitten kisses while I do this. White coral helps us to follow our soul's purpose with just 100% of ourselves, undaunted and undeterred and undistracted. So we'll go ahead and bring that in too. Yeah, there we go. We'll see how this all works out. We'll make room for everybody. We also have lots of good ones. And hey, Fiad Luna, welcome in. I think you just saw the kitties. Let me know if you didn't. Fiad Luna also works at the animal shelter, is a student of mine, and has her own Reiki channel, so you should totally follow her. Oh, it's okay if you send a truncated message, Chris. It's totes okay. Sleep deeper and longer. You got it. We've got Iolite to help with that. Iolite is incredible for helping the quality of sleep as well as the duration of sleep. It's especially helpful if we have intuitive things that are getting in the way of our ability to sleep. It's also very helpful for contacting our spirit guides, doing any kind of visionary meditation, journey work, deep meditation, or requesting like divination, like asking for answers from our guides. It's also helpful for money management and for weight loss. So another stone that does quite a bit. Okay, cool. So we've got that there. It is so good to see you all. Oh, her little kitty face is so cute. Let's see. Accepting the flow and change, mad cleaning your residence. Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead and bring in a little bit of Mookite. This helps with accepting change in a big way, also with making decisions that are in alignment with that change. It can also help boost the immune system and calm digestion. This also goes by the the name Australia Jasper. These happen to be mostly red and beige. It does also come in white and like this mustardy kind of yellow that's really beautiful. So we'll go ahead and we will bring some Mookaite in. So hopefully that'll help with the accepting of the change. Okay. Joy and peace with and for yourself and where you are in life, following your heart's desires. I love that. Following your heart's desires, definitely the white coral. I also need to accept that I'm simply not asleep before 2 a.m. almost ever. So I totally understand that, even though we're in different time zones. Let's see. Backache, peace in your heart. Let's do Amazonite again for backache. Also, howlite can help to some extent. Amazonite is one we've really been working with for a few of you. This can help caregivers, health workers, anybody who cares for others, even if it's not your professional capacity. It helps with self-respect and the reminder that we are in need of and absolutely deserve all of the beautiful healing that we give out to others. It also helps to calm the spinal nerves, as well as the neuro issues that may be connected to those spinal nerve pain issues. And the spine itself, it's deeply calming, and it's also a bit of a luck stone. So we'll bring this in. So we've got that here. So I hope that helps your backache. Peace in your heart. Heart healing. We did rhodonite last time. Let me think of another one for heart healing. Let's use some bloodstone and maybe some, let's start with some bloodstone and see where we go from there. Bloodstone lifts despair, and it helps us to do everything in alignment with heart center healing. Even and especially in regards to like pretty like earth-shattering change, emotional change that like shakes the ground beneath us, like a sudden breakup or end of a marriage or the loss of a loved one, something along those lines. Also helps with self-doubt and quieting the mind when we're meditating or doing any kind of spiritual work, and can help with just being in the moment, even though we're having some really intense emotional healing that needs to happen. It's got this deep green. It definitely heals the heart center in a deep, deep way. And it's also got inclusions of red. It helps to sort of ground and satiate the root chakra, so we don't quite feel that the earth being ripped out from under us is just totally destabilizing. It helps us to feel this sense of internal stability in an emotional way. So we'll bring that in too. We got cat hairs everywhere. So that is bloodstone, and we've also, and I'm so glad you're here, Grace. I hope that helps. Physical body recovery and energy levels, absolutely. Grief and sense of belonging. Yeah, welcome in, Christine. Grief and sense of belonging. Definitely, bloodstone can help grief, but a stone that is just the stone that I give to people that I care about when they lose someone close is jet. Jet is a type of fossilized wood, even though it doesn't look like it. This is wood that's been fossilized through like very intense, quick action, usually a volcano or a very intense fire. Just like we would lose someone and it completely changes everything. Jet allows us to be deep within all of the feelings and things that we're processing in regards to that grief, without bypassing it and also without being overwhelmed by it. So it allows us to be in that grief in a very authentic way so that we can move through it. It can be very supportive through the grief process. So I'll bring this in for you. Let's see. We'll put that right here. And I'm also going to bring in black and white striped agate. You can also hear, it's often referred to as banded agate. Both are appropriate. This helps us move through grief with, as you see, these sort of white striations moving through very gently and fluidly. This can help us to invite some light into that darkness as we move through these times of grief and difficult change. So this can be really good for grief, whether it's grief of a lost loved one, someone we love very much and care about, an animal, or even like the loss of a home, a loss of a business, a loss on some other level besides a human being. So I'll bring that into you and all the love and support in the world to you. I'm glad that you're here. Come back as often as you like. And if you need some support in the middle of the night, go ahead and watch one of the replays of one of the live streams. It's all good and you're always welcome here. So let's see. Sense of belonging, we can help you with that just being here, but I'll definitely bring in some sense of belonging stones too. I just want to see what everyone else is requesting to see which one to bring in, but you're very welcome here. So let's see. Vincent, you are also in the 2 a.m. club. Yeah. I totally understand. Yeah, I have PTSD, sleep issues, and it's a lot better right now. I have a medication that's really helping me, but I mean, I've been for sleep studies and everything else. I've done acupuncture. I do Reiki every night. There's so many things I've thrown at it, but sleep is a rough one for me. Totally understand. Grounding and soothing an overstimulated nervous system. Absolutely. Grounding and soothing the overstimulated nervous system. There's some good ones for that. Let's see. I feel like red Jasper wants to come out. This is one that I absolutely love using it alongside heliotrope or bloodstone. Deeply, deeply grounding of the root chakra and everything involved in our basic human needs, fight or flight, fear and safety, things like that. So this can help you to deeply ground. And there's also another one I want to bring in. Oh, we'll do that there. And we've also got aragonite, and I know we often use the one that also has Caribbean blue calcite, which wouldn't be harmful in this case, but this is very, 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 very grounding. We also had a request for energizing after being sick and recovering from physical healing. And there's another stone I'm going to use for that too, but this can also help that. This is everything from healing old wounds to clearing our energy centers, you know, haras and chakras, but it also helps to balance our root chakra and our earth star chakra. The earth star chakra is an energy center that connects us to the earth and enacting our soul's purpose, actually walking the human walk of all of our spiritual goals. So this can really help to kind of calm that overstimulated mind and deeply, deeply ground. So I'm going to bring this in for you. It's a type of calcite that's actually formed from mollusks, which is really interesting. So we'll bring that in there. Okay, fantastic. I'm so glad that you are here. Ah, Tejas, welcome in. Best way to attract love. There's a couple of stones for that. Let's see. Attracting love, there's moonstone. There is carnelian. Let's bring in carnelian. We worked with carnelian earlier today in the earlier stream, and a couple of these stones as well. I feel like this can also help anyone who feels kind of left out or like disconnected from community, and I know we've had that request today too. Oh, you found a couple tumbled pieces of aragonite. Awesome. Yeah, this can help us to not only attract love, it helps with fertility, it helps with group dynamics, getting along with lots of other people, seeing how we can belong to a community, how the community can make space for us, and also sometimes moving on when that community no longer serves. But this is a great one for so many things. But yeah, also creativity in a very big way. So we'll bring carnelian in for that, but with the intention it helps support you in finding love. Let's see. There we go. Carnelian is so pretty. I love it. Green onyx, you got it. I'll bring that in. I also want to bring in tourmalinated quartz for the request for recovery of energy levels after having been sick. Physical body recovery, energy levels. Absolutely. I've got some good ones for that. So let's see. Green onyx, and I'm actually going to bring in rutilated quartz for recovering energy levels on a physical level. This can help us to get energy in anticipation of needing it. Like if, you know, cold and flu and everything else seasons, if you want to boost up your energy to help you fend things off, or if you know you've got a surgery coming up, something like that, or after either of those kinds of events, this can help you regain your energy stores. This can also help direct energy exactly where it needs to go within your body so that you can help get over those things faster. And it balances the mind and body. So that's rutilated quartz. So let's see. Actually, let's use a different one. Let's use this rutilated quartz. And we'll put it right in the center here for something a little different. There we go. Awesome. And thank you for being here, Allison. Oh, good. We've got one of Chris's requests for aragonite, Caribbean blue calcite, Herkimer, iolite, hematite. So we've got iolite, Herkimer. Hematite is definitely going to help with Fiad Luna's request for grounding. And aragonite and Caribbean blue calcite. So I'm going to go back to this one really quick. So aragonite by itself looks like this. blended with Caribbean blue calcite can look like this, or the blue can be like a bright blue-green. Depends on the specimen you're talking about. There we go. When we have both of these different types of calcites together, the Caribbean blue calcite helps to open up the crown and the third eye and the connection to divinity, and it's very spiritual. The aragonite, as we mentioned earlier, is very grounding. It connects us to our lower chakras, the root, the earth star, and enacting our soul's purpose. So it's thought to really balance the flow of Kundalini in the body, clearing all energy centers, all of the chakras, so that we can have a more balanced flow of energy. Sometimes folks want to open up intuitively, and so they go right to the crown and the third eye and avoid the root, which kind of limits how far up you can go. Sometimes folks are grounding, and not balancing it with like leaving some room open to connect with spirit, and it leaves us feeling a little bit almost logy and not quite fully connected to things. This helps balance that flow. So we'll bring it in. Like I've said earlier, there's a lot of it being mined right now. So definitely check it out. There's a lot of it around to find and experience and purchase for yourself. I don't have any in the shop right now, though. I may soon, but it won't be much of it. And my crystal shop is linked in the description. I will soon have international shipping. I'm working on it. This is hematite. This helps to cleanse and purify the body as far as like on an energetic level. In Greece, it was called hematite. It was thought to cleanse the blood, and that's why it starts with that hema prefix. This is deeply grounding. It's very physically heavy, and it can help us to really feel one and connected with earth, with our root chakra, and with our basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight, helping to balance all of those things that might be out of whack there. I find that it can be a really good one for anxiety, even though a lot of folks don't necessarily use it for that. I do, and I find it really helpful. Okay, so we'll bring that in there. We also have Herkimer, which aids manifesting, connection to divinity, relaxation, and being in the present moment. It can also help us to balance our connection to the divine, our connection to intuitive ability, getting messages from our spirit guides and helpers, and also balancing the metabolism. So lots of great things. If you are manifesting something, this can help you connect with the most spiritually plentiful version of it, and also the most spiritually balanced. So it's not just a matter of, I want to find someone who does this thing or an opportunity that serves me. It's asking on a spiritual level, I want to bring this forward in my life, and I want to do it in a way that shows optimal love, respect, and balance to the community around me. So love it. We'll bring that into, where shall we bring it? Let's bring it here. Being in the present moment is always a struggle for me, and I find Herkimer very helpful in that way. I'm always thinking 3 million steps ahead, and Herkimer helps me balance that out a little bit. Red Tiger's Eye. You've been drawn to it lately. Absolutely, we'll bring that in. Good question, JS. I will bring one in for us. Let's see. Oh, green onyx we didn't bring in. Green onyx is deeply healing for the heart chakra. It helps us in a lot of ways. It helps us expand our heart and what we can offer others. but it also allows us to move through grief in a lot of deep ways. Onyx in and of itself is a very wise teacher. Black onyx can help us connect to those who have crossed over, our ancestor guides. It can be very protective. This can be very protective of the heart center, but in a way that it allows us to deepen what we can hold for ourselves. It's a deep heart healer, and I absolutely love it. It is kind of difficult to get green onyx that is this clear. This was mined and carved in like somewhere between the 40s and the 60s. So I'm very lucky to have them. I got them when I was working, doing Reiki in trade with a stone dealer when my healing center was on Jewelers Row in Philadelphia. So grateful to have them. Thank you for requesting it. And let's see what's next. Red tiger eye, absolutely. Mad cleaning your residence. I forgot to come back for that. So for cleaning, I kind of just got this intuitive hit to bring out Dalmatian Jasper, which was out for the 4 o'clock stream. This can help us clear the energy in our energy field, in our auric field. Sort of like if we're letting go of old things to make room for something else, this can be really helpful. And then I'm kind of wondering, I was like, dumortierite or lapis? Because both can be really helpful with that. Let's go ahead and bring this in here. No, here. And I feel like Lapis. Lapis can really help with disorganization and being reorganized, but it can also help with pain and inflammation, moving up in terms of career, and even balance in terms of like things like vertigo and inner ear stuff. Dumortierite can help with organization as well, especially like tidiness in general. And garnet can help with organization. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of lapis, as I mentioned. And garnet, like I said, this can help. There was a request for courage, not courage, creativity. And this is another one that can help creativity. There's a different one I want to bring in for you too. But garnet can help with organization, practicality, finding balance in times of change. It can add a lot of strength and fortitude in general to us as we move through change. But it can also bring creativity. And so you can bring not just like this is practical and I'm going to do this and make room and organize, but also this sense of like bringing in that creative vibe brings in a lot of happiness where you're making space and you're reorganizing. I feel like I'm forever reorganizing my spot. So let's do this here. That's garnet. That is January's birthstone and a very Capricorn stone indeed. Red tiger eye helps with protection in the strongest way. It's one of the most protective stones you can work with. It is helpful against even like really intentional and very intentional energy work and spiritual crafting and things like that. Anti-bullying, even whether it's something small or something big, even if it's just little stuff in the office that's building up like a really toxic work environment, this can be helpful. But it also helps with anything related to bringing in money fairly quickly. So it can help us to do that as well. Let's see. It is a very grounding stone. It's a very smart stone. It helps us to see things for what they are. So if you have a sneaky bully in your life, they will be found out for sure. There we go. So that's Red Tiger Eye. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. Yeah, reorganizing all the life spaces. I have been going ham with that. My neighborhood is getting box after box after box of things that I am letting go. I'm like, I feel like I need to make space in my life. Anytime I'm calling something into my life, I try to let go to make room for it. And I feel like the energy flow really helps. So you noticed hornets on your roof, no fun. Yeah, space clearing in your workshop residence, gotcha. Different expressions of creativity than what you're used to is absolutely chrysocolla. This is new means of creative expression. It helps like really, really, truly open up the throat chakra in regards to expression. Carnelian can really help with creativity in that regard too, as can garnet, which is part of why I put it out there. Oh, how you doing there? You doing good, Hattie? Okay. Got a kitten on my lap. Before I had two fighting for my lap. Now Gertie is asleep on my bed. So, but yeah, also helps us to make decisions in alignment with our highest good and start to move in the direction of our spiritual North Star in a sense. So this can be helpful. Yeah, chrysocolla. And this is one we've been working with quite a bit. Ever since that full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus conjunct Uranus, which was earlier this month, it was like a lot of heavy, like things that needed to move out were made very apparent and clear. And so now we're like, okay, how do I like start to negotiate and work with this new energy? Chrysocolla. It was funny because you were just thinking about throat chakra opening. Absolutely. And chrysocolla, azurite, malachite, they all are found very close to copper. So yeah, they all move energy pretty well. So I think I'm just going to take a quick peek back. I think we're about good. We can go into the next step of our evening here. Joy and peace with life, following heart's desires. Kidney health is definitely Mookite or Australia Jasper helps with kidney and bladder and urethra health. Awesome for all of those. Greg and Susan for success, Herkimer. We got Vincent's bone, knee, and joint health. Your mother for prosperity, we have red tiger eye to help with like quick. We also have citrine to help. Let me see. I think we are. Yeah, the energy flow process of getting rid of stuff to make room for the new. It has been a spiritual practice I've used for years, and it works. It's like thanking things for what they've served and like gifting them to the community that it can fill any voids that they have, and just opening up to receive. It has worked such magical abundance, and my whole neighborhood is really great for like free stuff in front of the house. We have free groups on all the social media. If you need things, I mean, the curbs of Southwest Philly, they will provide. It's pretty amazing. Almost everything that I own is like from a curb, and it's not just like from a curb like on trash night. It's like in front of the house that says free, please take me. So in fact, like a lot of what is around you, like the piece of furniture that I have built into my crystal storage here absolutely was from a neighbor who moved and gave it to me. So yeah, all the love around. So I'm going to do that thing where I go ahead and pick a couple of crystals that I think will help support all of the requests that everyone had. And while I do that, go ahead and chat amongst yourselves. We will vote on which of those crystals we would like to use in the grid, and I'll briefly explain what Reiki is, how it works, and then we'll transition into the healing. So let me see what feels like some good support for today. If you hear that, that's the cat purring. You falling down? I got you. Okay. So these are two stones that I love using together, and I feel like intuitively they are just the stones for the night. Preemptive vote. We're already voting, and if you're new, know that you are not limited to just one vote. Hint, hint. So the first is grain Aventurine, which helps us to fill our heart with love. It reminds us that we're more than we think we are. And it supports us to reach a little further and know that we're greater than just the sum of our parts. We have a lot to offer. It's a very loving stone that helps us to see that in ourselves. The next is orange sunstone. This helps kind of blow the lid off of that. And it says, like, there is no limit to what you can do. Here are some really wild things that you would never have thought that you are capable of doing. Do not limit yourself. You did not come here to play small. The universe has your back. So green Aventurine, orange sunstone, go ahead and vote in the chat. While you're doing that, don't forget to like the stream And yeah, I will be back in just a moment after I explain what Reiki is. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, I'm Danielle Stimpson. I've been teaching Reiki for about 14 years. You can learn all about my online Reiki classes, which are live and very small and very specialized and very affordable, all linked in the description below at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. You can also learn more about me not only on that website, but in my community Discord, my crystal shop, and all my social media, all linked down below. So what are we doing here today? Reiki is really, it translates to spiritually guided soul energy or life force energy, but what does that even mean? So the style of Reiki that I work with is known as Usui Reiki, named after the founder of this particular method in the early 1920s in Japan. Mikao Usui had, having grown up in Japan, he had the Japanese culture and understandings of things like Reiki were very much part of his life, but he also was a Tendai Buddhist monk, so very esoteric Buddhism. He also studied Confucianism, Taoism, lots of forms of indigenous shamanism, studied with lots of different holy people, including the Mikyo shamans on the Mount Kurama in Japan, and in the early 1920s, founded this particular method to support folks in Japan at that time to more deeply connect to this energy that is understood by everyone in Japan and is used in most families as just sort of a folk medicine, I guess we would say in the West, but really something far more deep and far more spiritual. The indigenous spirituality of Japan is called Shintoism, and in Shintoism, one of the main tenets is everything has a soul. And in these soul energies that we all have, everything is inextricably linked. We are all filtering in and out of each other. What we do impacts the whole. What others do impacts us. And there's this interconnectedness of all things. In Shintoism, there's also the understanding of these, the best word we might have in the West and in English would be something like frequencies. Like there's different types of energies that flow through everyone and everything. One of them being the spiritually guided soul energy, which is what Reiki translates to. And this energy is one that is already a part of you, flowing through me, flowing between all of us, while respecting our individual sovereignty for sure. But while this energy flows through all of us, our body, mind, and spirit are making the most of it, using them to the best, highest good of our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. And when we work with it intentionally, it can be really profound. Essentially, what I'll be doing tonight is connecting to this energy that is already flowing through all of us and connecting all of us, and directing more of it to you to support your greatest healing good. Setting intentions is always helpful, and you can just even think of something you want the Reiki to support, no matter how intangible or physical or a little bit of both, and the Reiki will absolutely support that. You may feel sensations in your physical body. You may have some emotions begin to shift. You may come to awareness of means of thinking and patterns of how we approach and look at life. And you may get some intuitive guidance. So maybe your subconscious is speaking to you, maybe spirit is, maybe it's both, maybe it's a whole bunch of all four. Maybe you just take a good nap. Whatever the case is, it's absolutely perfect and it's here for you to enjoy. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to believe anything. You can just be who you are exactly as you are wherever you happen to be. Get yourself as physically comfortable as you can, and it's okay if you're, not able to be super physically comfortable. But sit up, lay down, close your eyes if you can, take a deep breath, and move around all you need. If you feel like it would be helpful to journal or stretch, move, bend, get a glass of water, go ahead and do it and come right back. If you feel like your mind is racing and you're not sure if it's like good things that are coming up or just sort of burdensome, go ahead and take a deep breath in and out and see what comes of it. There's no wrong way to enjoy this time. I'll send you Reiki for about 25 minutes. All of our individual energies will stay separate and protected. And at the end of that 25 minutes, I'll invite you to take a deep breath in and out. I'll reopen the chat and you can ask any questions or share any experiences that you feel motivated to share. The music that I'll be playing, the content creator is listed in the description below. She's got her own channel with beautiful music. And I will also turn down the lights. You'll notice that the lights will move gently and slowly through several different colors. At no point will they flash or strobe. Thank you so much for being here. It is an honor and a pleasure to share this Reiki with all of you. And yeah, let's dive on back into the chat and see what won the vote. Gee, I wonder what it was. Hey, Joy, welcome back. Yay, welcome back, Joy. Let's see, both. Ah, it's always both. ABC, good to see you too. Let's see. Oh, wow, okay. Thanks for the tip. You watched the last stream thrice. I do this too. There are times where I'm just like hanging out, doing some like self Reiki, and you know, when I take lunch from all the things that I do, because this is all I do, and I'll take a little lunch break and I'll put on a past healing and I'll give myself Reiki while I'm giving myself Reiki. It's kind of amazing. It's definitely like energy inception in the best way. But yeah, I'm so glad that you enjoyed that. You can always enjoy the energy of a past stream. It is always there for you, 24 hours a day. And yep, there we go. Oh, your app is glitching. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I've had some issues with the YouTube app myself on my phone too. Glad to see you all here. It looks like we are going to use both of the crystals. Wow, that never happens. Okay, it always happens. So orange sunstone and green aventurine. So everybody go ahead and get nice and comfy. I'll put some green aventurine here and here. Have some more green aventurine. I'll put the orange sunstone either side here. Yeah, for those of you who are just joining us, the cats that I've been fostering are currently wearing their healing cones. They are healing from their big fix-it surgery, and so they may photobomb. They certainly did at 4 o'clock. But yeah, everybody go ahead, get cozy, enjoy the healing. I will be back for you in 25 minutes, which will put us at 20 after the hour, if you're started on time with us. Thank you again so much for being here. Enjoy your session, and I'll see you in 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to the room that you're in. Thank you so much for being here. The chat is reopened if you'd like to ask any questions or share any experiences. I've got sleeping kittens all over the place here, and I know I feel better. This coming week, I'll definitely be adding in some pop-up streams, especially around the US Thanksgiving holiday, which is Thursday. So if you're not already subscribed with notifications on, I highly recommend you go ahead and do that so that you don't miss an opportunity. And I will be here for all of the regularly scheduled streams 5 times a week. I'll also be running some very special holiday things in the crystal shop, so go ahead and join the Discord or sign up for my email newsletter, both of which are listed in the description if you want to know more about that. And of course, if you're just ready to go ahead and enjoy the rest of the evening, I will be back Sunday at 8 p.m. to send healing to you all. A very sleepy, yawning kitten. You're so welcome, Chris. All the best to you and your sister. You're welcome, Vincent. Thank you, Maria. Same to you. Have a beautiful evening. There's also all of my online Reiki classes. I've added new dates through May of next year. So go ahead and check that out at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. And I'm going to go ahead and get ready to end the stream here unless anyone has any questions. Thank you, Chris. Okay. Thank you all again so much. I'll be back Sunday at 8. All of the regular stream days and times for next week, which is US Thanksgiving week, and some additional streams. Go ahead and subscribe with notifications on if you want to know about those. You're very welcome, Erica. It was wonderful to see you too, and yeah, this group is amazing. Everybody have a beautiful rest of your evening, and if I don't see you before the holiday, have a beautiful one. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to take care of yourselves, and have a beautiful evening. Bye for now.